I was surprised to learn the lengths to which the government was willing to go to make a case against someone. I was astonished that they would promote people who they knew were not telling the truth. And they would get on board with them and further their lies as if they were truths, knowing all along that they were lies. I think the prosecutors came after these people because, for two reasons. One, they felt like they could squash them with the threat of lifetime in jail and get them to plead to something which would go on the prosecutor's record as a success, number one. And number two, that they would get these people to give them some information that would be useful in convicting Skilling and Lay. I feel that's why they went after these people. I think that's the only reason. They weren't interested in what was real or what was true. They were only interested in getting a notch on the wall and getting a scalp and in getting information that would help a case against Skilling and Lay. And the prosecutor, John Kroger, admits as much in his autobiography. He's pretty candid about it. It's astonishing, actually, to see somebody say that. Kroger, in his autobiography, goes through several pages explaining his pop psychology view of how white-collar executives justify their actions and how they are never willing to admit they've done anything wrong. And it was very interesting to me reading this autobiography of Kroger's and how he talked about justifying bad behavior, because I felt that you could apply exactly the same things that he was saying about people like Joe Herco and Scott Yeager to himself, and they would all be true. They all matched up. You know, he just was not willing to admit that he was doing something wrong. He felt that his greater calling of having so-called justice done gave him the right to make up whatever he wanted to make up and to pursue any case he felt like was necessary. Today, each of those prosecutors is enjoying a successful career, even though they didn't manage to get any convictions. There's no downside for them for bringing these charges against these innocent people. They have no responsibility for that, and there's nothing that can be done, really, to penalize them for falsely bringing charges against innocent people and making their life a hell, you know, and robbing them, really, of the money and the resources and their lives for so many years. There's no retribution that will be headed their way as a result of making any of the decisions they made or taking any of the actions they took. And in fact, John Kroger is now the Attorney General of the state of Oregon, so he's in a particularly successful position these days. I may actually be hearing from him soon because of, you know, making statements about him that I am making because of my reading of the public record, and I'm simply communicating the public record that I've read. But now that I know how that man behaves and how the whole process works, it wouldn't surprise me a bit if somebody tried to come after me or any innocent person because they were vindictive, because they were angry and they wanted to get even with somebody, or they just wanted to put somebody away. The Enron Task Force's prosecution in the broadband case was a travesty.